The importance of Goku's Kamehameha, what it represents in the series. Let's talk about the most extra way to say goodbye in the history of martial arts. The Kamehameha wave. It's not just a fancy light show that Goku uses to dramatically increase his power bill. It's a beam of pure energy that somehow managed to become anime's equivalent of Shakespeare's soliloquies. But with more screaming, way more screaming. Sit back and relax. You're about to watch an awesome Nerdlerd Unloaded video, the how-to that guide nobody asked for. Picture this, you're standing there looking constipated for about 3 episodes straight while slowly moving your hands to your hip like you're doing the world's most painful Macarena. Then you yell, K, me, ha, at the top of your lungs, and suddenly you're shooting a giant laser beam that would make the Death Star jealous. Congratulations, you've just performed a Kamehameha and probably annoyed all your neighbors in the process. But here's the real kicker. Master Roshi, the original creator of this technique, spent 50 years developing it. That's half a century of his life dedicated to creating what's essentially the most dramatic finger gun ever. And Goku, this spiky-haired eating machine, learned it by watching Roshi do it once. Talk about a cosmic flex. The deep stuff. Yes, really. Behind all the memes and the power-up screaming, the Kamehameha actually represents something profound in Dragon Ball's narrative. It's a symbol of legacy, growth, and the passing of knowledge from one generation to the next, like a really destructive family heirloom, legacy, and learning. The Kamehameha is more than just Goku's signature move. It's a tangible link to martial arts history in the Dragon Ball universe. When Goku learns it, he's not just getting a cool new attack, he's inheriting decades of martial arts wisdom. It's like getting your grandfather's vintage watch, except this one can blow up mountains. The fact that Goku learns it so quickly isn't just showing off his prodigious talent, it demonstrates his pure heart and natural affinity for martial arts. In a series where power levels eventually become more inflated than Bitcoin circa 2021, the Kamehameha remains grounded in its origins as a technique that requires skill, focus, and a proper understanding of key manipulation. The symbol of growth. Throughout the series, Goku's Kamehameha evolves with him. It's like watching your childhood friend grow up, except this friend can destroy planets. From his first tiny Kamehameha that barely dented a car, to the massive versions that could threaten entire solar systems, the attack grows alongside our protagonist. Remember when Goku first used it against Raditz? It barely made his evil brother flinch. Fast forward to his fights with Frieza, Cell, and Buu, and suddenly the Kamehameha is the Swiss Army knife of energy attacks. It can be shot from the feet, used underwater, fired while teleporting, or even turned into a surfboard of destruction. Talk about product development, the scientific analysis nobody wanted. If we were to actually calculate the energy output of a Kamehameha wave, and trust me, some poor physics major probably has, we'd be dealing with numbers that would make Einstein scratch his head and say, "Nein, das ist too much." The heat generated from a single blast would probably be enough to power a small country for a year, or at least cook all of Goku's rice for a week, which, let's be honest, requires about the same amount of energy. The real question is, where does all this energy come from? Sure, key manipulation is the in-universe explanation, but let's be real, Goku's probably violating at least 3 laws of thermodynamics every time he fires one off. The conservation of energy takes one look at the Kamehameha and goes, yeah, I'm gonna take my lunch break now. Cultural impact. When screaming becomes art, the Kamehameha has transcended its origins to become a cultural phenomenon. Go to any comic convention and you'll find at least 20 people posing for the signature move. It's probably caused more sore throats than flu season, and more embarrassing family photos than ugly Christmas sweaters. Kids around the world have attempted it in their backyards, leading to countless conversations that start with, "Now, honey, we need to talk about property damage." It's become the universal language of anime fans. You can go anywhere in the world, strike the pose, and fellow fans will immediately know what you're doing and probably join in. The practical applications, or lack thereof. Let's consider for a moment the practical implications of the Kamehameha in everyday life. Opening stubborn jar lids, overkill, getting rid of spam mail, effective but probably illegal. Heating up your lunch, hope you like your food extra crispy. Winning arguments, highly effective but may result in legal issues. Traffic jam solutions, please don't. The environmental impact. Nobody talks about the carbon footprint of ki-based attacks. Every time Goku launches a Kamehameha into the atmosphere, some poor environmental scientist probably has an aneurysm. The ozone layer must look at Dragon Ball fights the way a parent looks at their teenager's room, with disappointment and resignation. Technical analysis, the form that launched 1,000 memes. The stance is crucial, feet planted firmly, hands pulled back to the hip. It's like preparing for the world's most intense game of rock, paper, scissors. The key is in the timing of the phrase, car, assume position, question life choices. May, channel energy, ignore physics. Har, continue channeling, wonder why this takes so long. May, almost there, pray opponent is patient. Har, release everything, hope you aim correctly, what it really means for the series. All jokes aside, the Kamehameha represents the heart of Dragon Ball's message about hard work, dedication, and the power of self-improvement. It's a technique that grows with its user, requiring not just raw power, but skill and understanding. In a series that eventually became about who could dye their hair the most interesting color, the Kamehameha remained a constant reminder of martial arts fundamentals. It's also a symbol of hope, the idea that with proper training and dedication, even a young monkey-tailed boy from the mountains can achieve incredible things. Every time Goku uses the Kamehameha to save the day, he's not just winning a fight, he's validating the entire martial arts philosophy that Master Roshi and the original Dragon Ball series were built upon. The legacy continues. The beauty of the Kamehameha lies in its transferability. Like any great martial arts technique, it's meant to be passed down and taught to others. Gohan, Goten, and even non-family members like Krillin have learned to use it, each adding their own spin to the technique. It's like a recipe that gets slightly modified with each generation, but keeps its essential nature. More than just a light show. The Kamehameha is Dragon Ball's way of saying that some traditions are worth preserving, even as we evolve and grow stronger. It's a reminder that even in a world of gods and universe-shattering power levels, the basics still matter. It's also proof that if you yell loud enough and pose dramatically enough, you too can shoot energy beams from your hands. Results may vary. Consult your local martial arts master. In the end, the Kamehameha is more than just Goku's signature attack. It's a bridge between the old school martial arts roots of Dragon Ball and its modern superpowered battles. It's a technique that manages to be both ridiculous and profound, much like the series itself. And most importantly, it's probably responsible for more childhood backyard reenactments than any other fictional movie in history. Just remember, if you're going to practice your Kamehameha, please do so responsibly. Your neighbors, local property values, and the laws of physics will thank you. If you liked this video, please be sure to like, share, and sub for more content. Until next time, Nerdlerd out.